Good evening, and how are you doing today? So Dr. Shweta Iyengar from Skin Sense Aesthetic Clinic, and we are going to have meaningful action oriented conversations about amazing skin, hair and body shape. We are going to talk about principles of awesome inside out, which means how you can be healthy at the internal level, how you can be healthy at a cellular level, and how taking responsibility for being healthy at a cellular level can translate into beautiful skin and hair, problem-free skin and hair, really healthy skin and hair. So this month, most of the conversations are happening around acne because yes, for a particular segment, for teenagers, even out of teenage, a lot of people have problems of oily skin, whiteheads and blackheads. There are people who repeatedly have to go and remove their whiteheads and blackheads, otherwise it starts looking untidy, it starts looking dirty. These whiteheads and blackheads become pimples, and a lot of people have pimple marks and pimple scars. So today we are going to talk all about how to control your oiliness and open pores. Yes, we have spoken about it, but we will touch base on it because these are the basic principles, and rather than just working on your pimples, if you could work on your skin health, which is if you could keep your oil and moisture under control, you could balance your oiliness and moisture levels, you will see that your skin not just looks much better, but your skin behaves much better. So this conversation is not about just how to pop that pimple or what is that spot corrector you can apply on that pimple, or not just that one tip that you can give to make that pimple disappear, but it is about freedom from pimples. It is about making your skin so healthy that your skin is no longer a breeding ground for that acne and pimples. So are you ready with the conversation? Get your pens and papers, because there will be a few points which are relevant to you, and I promise you that I will tell them in a way that you can easily take action on the learnings that you learned today, and by taking action on these learnings you will be able to make a difference in your skin quality. You will be able to make your skincare fun and easy. You will make your skin behave quite predictably. Even when the season changes, your skin will not break out again and again. So thank you everybody who's joined in. Hi Beauty Studio, and I jump right into the topic. Today's topic is how to prevent the marks. So there are a lot of people with a lot of pimples, but many times the number of these pimples are few, but these people do not have enough confidence, and what is actually bothering them is the marks that the earlier pimples leave behind. So a pimple pops up, it leaves a black mark on the skin, and then this black mark exists, and by the time they are able to get rid of this black mark, it takes weeks or months to get rid of these black marks for some, and by the time the black mark goes away, a new black mark, a new pimple comes in, and that again leaves a black mark. I see people come to me for consultation, send me online pictures for consultation, because we also do online consultations for people all over the world. So they send me pictures, and when I zoom and look at those pictures, I see that there are hardly 2 or 3 pimples, but what is really bothering the person is all those black dots on the face, all that pigmentation dots on the face which the previous pimples have left behind. That is what causes the person to look not so good. Those are very difficult to conceal also, even if you're applying a BB cream, which if you have a pimply skin, again you're quite afraid of applying any kind of coverage cream because you feel that's further going to make you break out into pimples, and even a BB cream does not cover it for you. So let us talk about why these marks happen, how to cure them, and how to prevent them. So we are talking about 3 steps. First and foremost, let us understand what are these marks. So when there is an injury, when there is a wound, whenever there is a problem in the skin, when the skin is irritated, the skin has to heal. And Indian skins, because it contains a lot of melanin, Indian skins generally heals with pigmentation. So an Indian skin has a tendency during the process of healing, if the healing is very healthy, if there is abundance of vitamins, abundance of moisture, and there is a very simple healing, then it heals without any signs that there was ever an injury. But then if it heals with little kind of an irritation, if the healing process is slowed down, or if the abundance of nourishment is not provided when the skin heals by secreting a little extra melanin, and this extra melanin that settles into the area that has healed forms a black dot. This is known as PIH, or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So if your pimples are leaving marks on your face, what is that condition called medically? If you want to Google and read more about that condition, what exactly is it? Yes, it is called as a pigmentation. Even when a pimple leaves a mark, pimple goes away and leaves a mark, we would still call it a pigmentation. But what kind of pigmentation will we use it? We will talk about post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So is it true healing takes longer in oily skin? No, Darshana, healing does not take longer in oily skin, or healing does not take longer in dry skin. In fact, excessively oily skin or excessively dry skin is not a very healthy skin. So maybe once you say oily skin or dry skin, we are not talking about absolutely healthy skin. What is an absolutely healthy skin? An absolutely healthy skin is something that has the right amount of good oils and the right amount of moisture. So when you look at somebody's skin which is glowing with health, which is looking really fresh, you will realize that it is neither oily nor dry. It has a right amount of oil and dryness. What typically people do is, especially those with oily skin, they are so obsessed with getting rid of the oil that they do not think about the moisture levels of the skin. And if the moisture levels of the skin are really low, then it is going to take longer to heal. It is going to heal with a mark. It is sometimes even going to heal with a scar. So since we're talking about this topic, let us also understand what is a mark and what is a scar. A mark is a dag. Because we all understand, being Indians, we understand certain Hindi words very clearly. So mark is a dag. काला दाग जो रह जाता है पिंपल्स के बाद, इसको हम मार्क बोलेंगे. और अगर एक पिंपल के बाद जरा सा खड्डा रह जाता है, इफ देयर इज अ डेंट और अ क्रेटर फॉर्म्ड इन द स्किन, द पिंपल लीव्स बाय फॉर्मिंग अ खड्डा इन द स्किन, उसको हम स्कार बोलेंगे. तो मार्क का रंग काला होता है, ब्राउन होता है. इट इज डार्कर देन द नॉर्मल स्किन कलर. स्कार मे और मे नॉट बी, स्कार में हैव अ मार्क. तो स्कार का रंग भी कभी कभी गहरा होता है या काला होता है, या कभी कभी स्कार का कोई कलर नहीं होता. स्कार सिर्फ एक खड्डा होता है. सो ओपन पोर इज ऑल्सो अ काइंड ऑफ अ स्किन डैमेज विच इज लाइक अ माइल्ड स्कार. एंड लाइक देर आर ओपन पोर्स, इफ देर आर बिगर craters, then it becomes a scar. So two things we need to be careful about when we have a pimply skin, we have a very oily skin. There are two things we need to be really careful about, because pimple तो आएगा जाएगा. Of course, we shouldn't take it so casually. If we take care of our skin right, वो आएगा जाएगा भी नहीं, वो comfortable रहेगा, वो कभी कभी आएगा. But फिर भी if I get a pimple today, it doesn't freak me out, it doesn't annoy me as much, because even if a pimple comes, it just goes away. So Darshana, my pimple heals very easily. It heals without a mark or without a scar, because I take responsibility of making sure that my skin has some amount of essential fatty acids, which is a healthy oil. At the same time, I don't allow it to go too dry, because oily skin shines and we don't want the shining in the skin. At the same time, a dry skin has no glow, looks very dull, doesn't look fresh. So you have to get that balance right. So all of you, a lot of females listening to me, and you know that how much ever intelligent you are, however great you are in one area of life, to be successful, we do understand that there needs to be a sense of balance somewhere. Similarly, it is all about balancing the oiliness and the moisture. Do not be so obsessed with oiliness that you make the skin too dry. At the same time, do not be so obsessed with lathering products on your skin, trying to nourish it so much. In fact, I know people who feel that expensive creams are better, so they are using, at a very young age, they are using creams which have too many rejuvenation factors, which have too many butters in it, and they are making the skin unnecessarily oily. Anything that irritates the skin will either cause oiliness or dryness, and what we want is we want that beautiful balance. Yes, I would call this that balance of the skin is what makes it beautiful, because we know for a fact that it's not the color that makes us beautiful, it is that glow, that freshness, that radiance that makes us beautiful, and that comes from a balance of the oiliness and the dryness. So we have understood what is a mark and what is a scar. So today we are not talking about scars, because scars are in the dermis and marks are in the epidermis. So those of you who do not know these basics, the epidermis is the upper part of the skin and the dermis is the lower part of the skin. So today we are talking only about marks, because scars will be another topic which I will be doing on Thursday night. So for those of you listening to me, I go live on Instagram, and I plan to go live on Instagram on most of the Tuesdays and Thursdays of all of 2020, and I will be talking about amazing skin, amazing hair, diet hacks, amazing body shape, how to enhance your immunity. So all about wellness, and this wellness translating into beauty, because at Skin Sense the motto is awesome inside out. So it is much beyond wanting to look beautiful on the outside and not giving enough importance to what we have to do on the inside. So then I am going to make sure that you are happy inside out, you are beautiful inside out. So Darshana, you spoke about a tablet for moisturizer. It was very useful. Thank you so much for sharing this. So exactly that is what I mean by awesome inside out. So sometimes just applying moisturizer is not enough. We need to make sure that our skin holds the moisture. So these are two different concepts. I may apply moisture, but if my skin doesn't hold that moisture will just evaporate. So people say that I can drink a lot of water and get my moisture, but we all know that we have tried it. We know people who have tried it. We know people who do not drink water at all and have decent amount of moisture. So I'm not advocating that you don't drink water, but I am saying that we know people who do not drink water and get away with it, and we know people who are so obsessed with drinking water that they drink liters and liters of water. They wake up in the morning and drink 1 and 2 liters of water, and still they do not get that moisture levels of the skin or the hair. So the moisture level of the skin or the hair will come from the ability of your skin and hair to hold moisture. You can give it the moisture, but if it does not hold the moisture, then you will find that you just have to keep giving that moisture again and again. And that is where essential fatty acids like ghee, like nuts, like seeds come to the rescue. There are tablets like vitamin E, cod liver oil, evening primrose oil, and ceramides, which I suggested to you, Darshana. Ceramides are proven to help the skin hold moisture, and if the skin holds moisture, it's going to heal better, it's going to age slowly. So पूरा खेल स्किन को प्रॉपर मॉइस्चर देने का है. हाँ, मॉइस्चर देते हुए हमको उसको एक्सेसिवली ऑयली नहीं करना है. So what should a person who has a tendency to develop acne, pimples that leave scars do? No, sorry, we're not talking about scars today. We will be talking about scars on Thursday. What should a person who is prone to acne, pimples which leave marks do? What can that person do so that the person does not form marks, and even the marks, existing marks, goes away? So as usual, I'm going to leave you with 4 action steps, because this conversation is about making you think that a lot of things are possible. Maybe what you're doing is ineffective, breaking your myths. So there are a lot of intentions when I have this conversation with you, but the biggest intention is to give you 4 action steps, and 4 very, very simple action steps that you can do at home. And a lot of action steps that I talk in my videos, some of it might be repetitive because those are the basic things. So if we talk about nutrition, every time we talk about nutrition, we are going to talk about protein. So some things may be repetitive, but it is still worth it. So in every conversation, even if you're able to get rid of one myth, and if you're able to get one smart idea which you're easily able to adapt into your everyday, and by easily adapting something into your everyday, if you are going to be vibrant every day, if you're going to be able to use the power of your personality, I think it's perfectly worth it. So beginning with the 4 steps, the first step is that use a alpha hydroxy plus beta hydroxy acid face wash. So with pimples, people do use a beta hydroxy acid face wash very, very commonly, but then using a combination of an AHA and a BHA face wash, which I love doing. I give my people a face wash which contains both AHA and BHA, or I give them once a day AHA and once a day BHA as indicated. What a BHA does is a BHA helps in removing your oil, and an AHA helps in adding moisture and chemically exfoliating. By exfoliating I mean removing or dissolving the dead and damaged skin, which gives you two advantages. One of the advantages, once the dead and the damaged skin is removed, you will see that those small dots or those small PIH, as I told you, they start becoming lighter much faster. And the second is the penetration of ingredients like moisturizer becomes much easier once there is chemical exfoliation of the skin done. The skin is more primed. We doctors use the word primed. The skin is more ready to absorb the active ingredients. The second thing is, if you are able to correct something at the whitehead blackhead level. In the last Insta live we spoke about how exactly a pimple is formed, how the sebaceous glands are secreting more sebum, and how the pore gets clogged with the sebum, how some dust or dandruff comes and sits on the pore, and how the pore is not able to throw out all the sebum, because of which it first forms a whitehead. If we do not remove it at a whitehead level, then it catches dirt and dust, and then it becomes a blackhead. And then when there is a stagnant area where there is some kind of fluid and it's not able to move out, it's not able to circulate because it is clogged, such areas are prone to getting infected, and this infected area becomes a pimple. So finally a whitehead will become a blackhead, which will become a pimple, which means that it is in your hands to make sure that you correct the problem at a whitehead or a blackhead level. You do not allow it to grow into a pimple, and how you can do that is very simple. You can go for a regular exfoliation. So as the doctor, studies say that steam is definitely not the best way to get rid of your whitehead and blackhead, and I do not advise steam to any of my clients. Of course, a lot of other people, a lot of other beauty experts think that steam may be the right thing to do, but if you ask me, as a skin doctor with 11 years of experience, who has been giving extremely simple, easy, effective, scientifically proven ways to treat your whitehead and blackheads, I will tell you, do not steam your face, because steaming your face, you are never able to control the right temperature of the steam, and sometimes if you are using too much of a temperature of the steam, then it is quite possible that you are irritating your skin. And whatever we do, we are supposed to pamper ourselves. We are supposed to show some love to our skin, to our hair. So anything that kind of irritates, anything that kind of makes your skin feel angry, it makes it reddish, even in your hair, if you're pulling your hair to blow dry it and straighten it, you know for a fact that anything that takes a lot of pushing and pulling and irritation and discomfort, somewhere it is not going to be happy, it's going to be irritated, it's going to be inflamed, and it is this irritation, inflammation of the oil glands that makes your skin secrete too much oil, and it is this secretion of too much oil that is the basic problem of anybody with acne and pimples. So pamper your skin, be as gentle as possible with your skin as possible, and you will see the difference. So every time you feel, ouch, how uncomfortable is this, but I have to bear this, if you get that feeling, then please understand that no, you do not have to face a lot of discomfort to look beautiful. In fact, every time you're facing too much of discomfort, somewhere you are irritating and annoying your system, and any kind of irritation or annoyance to your system is never a good idea. So then we come to exfoliation. So the exfoliation can happen with a good scrub. So there are plenty of face scrubs available in the market, and these face scrubs, you can use them twice a week. You can apply a little layer of the scrub on your face, and you can gently scrub it without being too harsh. You can gently scrub it, because this scrubbing will dislodge the whitehead and the blackhead, and the more whiteheads and the blackheads you are able to dislodge, you will get lesser and lesser acne. Also, we said that any kind of scrubbing motion is going to remove the top layer of your skin, and if you're removing the top layer of the skin and you're protecting the lower layer of your skin, so both these things are equally important. Removing the top layer of the skin, but while you remove it, you got to protect the deeper layers of the skin, otherwise the deeper layers of the skin again will excrete a lot of melanin and will again pigment, and in spite of removing the top layers of the skin, you will not get freedom from hyperpigmentation. So those of you who have joined in late, this is known as post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, the pigmentation that occurs after a pimple goes away. If the pimple leaves a mark or a kala dag on your face and that leaves a pigmentation all over your face, that is known as post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. And post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation is very, very simple to treat, and I am telling you 4 steps in which you can get rid of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Yes, Darshana. So scrubbing leads to rosacea. Any remedy? So in people with rosacea, rosacea is a skin condition in which the skin is terribly inflamed. So we have been hearing this word again and again, inflammation, and it's a very, very important word to hear. So rosacea is angry skin. It gets so red. We know that people with rosacea, things get worse even when they are emotionally disturbed or when they go into a too cold a place or too hot a place. So it's an angry, irritated skin. So scrubbing may make that angry, irritated skin even more angry. So in those areas, most of the doctors all over the world have moved from physical exfoliation to chemical exfoliation. So chemical exfoliation is where you are using AHAs and BHAs. You are using mandelic acid, lactobionic acid, phytic acid. So there are multiple acids which come together, form like a cream. You apply this cream, allow it to dry on your face like a thin layer of a pack, and then you gently massage it and you wash off the cream. So your dead layer is removed, but the skin undergoes minimum irritation. So you can read about it, or we can even connect one-to-one. In fact, you can leave me a message and I will talk to you, Darshana, personally on phone. People with rosacea is a slightly less common condition. So rosacea people avoid physical exfoliation, and people with generally the whitehead and the blackhead, yes, they can use physical exfoliation. It does have its own charm, but let them not overdo on the exfoliation. If you feel that I am exfoliating but I'm still not able to get rid of my blackheads and whiteheads, you will have to give it more time. You will have to exfoliate more number of times for your skin to show a significant improvement. You need to give a consistent regime for a minimum of 3 weeks. In fact, even happier if you can give it for 6 weeks. And if you choose a regime that works for you and do it for 3 months, it is an absolute game changer. So slow and steady wins the race. Things we learned in nursery are relevant even when we talk at the global scientific level in skincare. It requires commitment, it requires consistency, and it requires the right products. So even if always measure progress. So if you have started exfoliating, you can even use something to exfoliate your skin with sugar granules. If you do not have an exfoliator, you do not know which exfoliator to buy, and though I give a lot of information in my conversations, I am not going to give you any brand names, because as a doctor it is unethical to give brand names. Also, there is no one size fits all. So giving away brand names is very irresponsible according to me. If any of you finds this conversation helpful, you will have to get in touch with me one-on-one. So you can PM me, you can write to me at drshweta@skinsense.co.in. My website is www.skinsense.co.in, where we have a form where you can fill the form, and a Skin Sense doctor will get on phone with you for 20 minutes, and this is absolutely free. One of the Skin Sense doctors will answer your questions and make sure that you are able to take care of your skin better. Somebody wants to know more about eczemas, but let us not jump topics. So today's topic is how you can get rid of your marks. If anything other than this topic you want me to answer about, yes, I can give you 4 steps to get rid of eczema, but I am not going to do it in this conversation. You can always personal message me. You can always get in touch with me on my mail ID. I will either personally reply to your mail, or I will make sure that one of the Skin Sense doctors chooses a time, gets in touch with you, talks to you on phone, and answers your questions on why does eczema happen, what can you do to cure eczema when there is a flare up. In fact, eczema is not completely controllable at all, completely curable at all. It is a controllable problem, but how we can give you good control in eczema, what should you do when there is an acute exacerbation, and what should you do to keep it under control in all seasons. Whenever we talk to you about any topic, we are going to also talk to you about the food that you should eat that are going to make a difference. So thanks Darshana. I'm very happy that you kind of make me feel so good by giving me your feedback, because whenever we go live and whenever there's an audience, it's very helpful. In fact, it adds a lot of energy to me when people give me feedback, because my intention is that my information is reaching you and adding value to you, and unless you tell me that, somewhere obviously my energy goes down whenever you do not give a feedback. So thank you Darshana for the feedback, means a lot. So we finished 2 steps. The third step is to use a moisturizing sunscreen. If your skin is tanned, it already has a lot of melanin. So anybody who feels कि मेरे स्किन पे जल्दी दाग धब्बे रह जाते हैं, मेरे स्किन पे मच्छर भी काटता है तो दाग रह जाता है, मेरे स्किन पे पिंपल आता है तो दाग ज़रूर रह जाता है, जिसका मतलब है कि अगर आपकी स्किन में मेलानिन ज़्यादा है तो जब भी कुछ भी इरिटेशन होगा तो वो मेलानिन मल्टीप्लाई भी ज़्यादा होगा. सो वी हैव टू टेक, so in the beginning, if we take charge of the amount of melanin we have, so we are okay with whatever melanin we are born with, but we do not want that melanin cells to undergo a lot of multiplication. And by now most of you definitely know that melanin multiplies when exposed to the sun. So we all know that melanin is the dark pigment in the skin, and this dark pigment in the skin will multiply whenever you go out in the sun, and we need to sun protect ourselves. So if you feel that you are already much darker than you were 2 years back or 4 years back or 5 years back, you feel in the every 5 years you feel you're getting more and more darker, and that's not your original color. You feel that the color in the covered areas, you look at your areas which are always covered and you feel that it's not so dark, but the areas which are exposed to the sun are more dark, then you need to wear a sunscreen, and you need to wear a moisturizing sunscreen. So do not wear a very dry sunscreen, because yes, you do need a moisturizer too. There are many sunscreens available which are extremely powdery and dry. They have their own value, no doubt. They look superb, they look wonderful under makeup too, but then I recommend using a moisturizing sunscreen, or applying a moisturizer first, waiting for 5 minutes and then applying the sunscreen on top, because moisturization is a very important step, and also using sunscreen is a very important step. If you are somebody who gets acne and then you believe that, but by using a sunscreen my acne will become more and more, sunscreen will be too oily, sunscreen will make my skin even more oily and make me break out even more. So let me tell you, there are plenty of non-comedogenic sunscreens available. There are plenty of sunscreens specifically made for those with acne, pimples. A lot of pharmaceutical companies today, the beauty industry is very sensitive. All skin types are regarded beautiful. There are proper products according to the skin type. So like I always say, there is no good product. I start all my conversations by saying there is no good product. It's always about a right product. I can help you find the right sunscreen for you in your budget, and just by using that sunscreen, a sunscreen with a high moisture content, you will see that your skin lightens up, it detans a little, and if your skin is not unnecessarily tanned, if the melanin in your skin is not too much, then your pimples will not leave those many marks and scars. So nobody might have told you that the solution to marks and scars lies in a sunscreen, but it definitely does. And now, so answering a few questions. So thank you so much for the compliment, and thank you so much for being there, giving me a chance to share my information with you. So you said, does eating soaked nuts give you pimples? Not at all, not at all. So very good question, and thank you for coming up with these questions, because there are a lot of myths. Nuts are good for your skin. So there is something called as a good fat, and there is something called as a bad fat, and then the bad fat comes from trans fats. We know that stored food, fried food, high sugar packaged food, food which has too much of oils and sugars in it, those are the foods which contain bad fats. Even sugars will transform into, because if you eat a lot of sugar, it cannot get stored in your body as a sugar. So it has to get converted into something and get stored in the body. So if you are somebody who eats a lot of sugar or a lot of processed food, it will get converted into not a good kind of a fat, and because of it you will have a lot of bad fat in the body. So that fat is something that causes a lot of problems, that reduces your wellness quotient, and that will make you less beautiful, that will cause hormonal imbalance and so many concerns. But then there is a good fat, and this good fat will actually reduce the bad fat. We can add good fat into the body, and we can make sure that because of having enough of good fat in the body, the bad fat in the body, the proportion of the good fat and the bad fat, the good fat will take over and you will see a lot of benefits. So if you've been having nuts, they are extremely good for the skin. Having nuts and seeds and a little bit of good quality ghee is extremely good for those with acne, pimples. Of course, it has to be had in moderation, and the best nut that I can tell you is a walnut. Having walnuts regularly for a period of 3 to 6 weeks, you will see a better glow in the skin, not a shine. It will not increase your oiliness. It will increase your skin's ability to hold water. It will increase your moisture levels. You will see that your oiliness is going down, and you will also see that your pimples heal much faster. The inflammation of the skin is very, very less. Nuts can reduce the inflammation of the skin. So those with pimples, please have a lot of nuts, please have a lot of seeds, and please include good quality ghee in your food in a small quantity. So aloe vera gel is supposed to be a natural sunblock or a sunscreen. Hi Ginny, I'll call you Ginny henceforth since I didn't know your name. Thank you for sharing your name, and thank you for asking that question, because it's a very, very helpful question, since we could get rid of the myth that people with pimples should not eat oil and nuts. In fact, it is ulta. If you eat oil and nuts, it's better for you. So I will also answer your question about the aloe vera gel, but before that, Ginny, I'll answer your question. So you cannot fry a nut, because frying anything is going to take away some vitamins from it. Most of the vitamins are heat labile, which means that they are not stable when you keep them in the heat. So if you're eating any nut, if you have roasted it or fried it, then what happens is some of the antioxidants, some of the good things of the nut get spoiled when put under heat. But other than that, whether you eat them raw or you eat them soaked, you are going to get all the benefits of the nut. So you have two options to eat every nut. One is you can eat them raw, other is you can eat them soaked. Of course, I would recommend that please do not add too much salt, too much sugar, too much flavors to the nut, because on one hand, you are eating a very, very healthy thing. On the other hand, you're eating something that's unhealthy, and probably you're not getting the best results. So eat nuts raw, eat nuts fresh. And why do people soak nuts? People soak nuts because it becomes easier to digest. So we want it to be easy to digest, because just eating a good thing is not enough. If I'm eating the best thing in the world, but if my body is not digesting it, then I will not get the results that it is capable of giving me. So I want your body to digest the food that you're eating. So if you feel that your digestion power is weak, yes, you can soak your nuts and eat, but then eventually you will realize that our body gets used to it. Eventually you will even be able to eat them raw, but eating them raw or soaked is absolutely your wish, not a problem. Just do not roast them or fry them and eat them, because roasting or frying any kind of cooking is going to destroy certain nutrients. Somebody asked me about aloe vera being a good sunscreen. So here I want to tell you that I do not know exactly if there are clinical studies. Of course, a lot of naturopathy, a lot of Ayurvedic does talk about the good properties of aloe vera, and there are some good properties of aloe vera. It is a plant that is so loaded with water and vitamins, but then using it as a sunscreen, so the number SPF 26 to 30 is really, really important. If the SPF is not maintained, you may not get really, really good results. So to me, I would not use aloe vera as a sunscreen. Yes, even a talcum powder can be a sunscreen. Anything that puts a layer on your skin comes between the pollution and you, the UV radiation and you, can work as a sunscreen, but I would not recommend people to use aloe vera. Secondly, there are so many aloe veras available in the market and most of them are of very poor quality. There are people who are using just a water jelly, which is known as a carbapol jelly, and adding 1 or 2 ml of aloe vera in it, 2-3% of aloe vera in it, and labeling it as an aloe vera gel. So what you call as an aloe vera gel, how much of aloe vera does it really contain? First and foremost, that is very debatable. Secondly, a aloe vera gel can look a little sticky. I mean, the texture is not that great. Generally, of course, you may find aloe vera gels with great textures, but a lot of aloe vera gels do look not very great. So then I would rather recommend going for a sunscreen, and being a doctor myself and having studied so many sunscreen, having prescribed sunscreens to thousands of men and women, I would rather recommend something I have confidence in. So if you talk to me and ask me, I will tell you that please use a sunscreen, it definitely works. Now if you ask me about does aloe vera not work, I do not have so much knowledge on it because I did not study about it in medical college, nor have I used it on my patients to say with confidence that yes, you can use it, it will work for you. But if you're removing it at home and using the pure extract, great. If it works for you, even great. So I would rather say that if something is working for you and you have tried it, not necessary that it has to be in the medical textbooks. If it's working for you, great. If you feel that your skin is getting tanned, if you feel that your pimples are leaving marks, if you feel that your marks are taking time to go away, if you feel that everything is right about your skin but you want it to glow a little more, आपकी स्किन में वो रेडियंस मिसिंग है, then you need to change the product, then you need to examine the products you're using and you need to find out what. So what we say is good is good, but then good sometimes is an enemy of the great. So to me, products like aloe vera are good products, but then if you're looking at great results, maybe you should also have a look at what are the great products available that are suited to your skin type. If you are getting a little older, if you're very young, aloe vera is enough for you. But if you are a little older, by older I mean 30 plus, then I would want you to use something which has a little bit of oils in it, because we need to also give some kind of essential fatty acids or healthy oils to the skin from outside, in addition to just water and nutrition. Now coming to the fourth point. Before I go to the fourth point, I think I'll just sum up the 4 points. One is AHA and BHA in the face wash, so that the oil and moisture both are there. Second is exfoliation twice a week. It can be a physical exfoliation, but if you try and understand what is a chemical exfoliation and invest in chemical exfoliation, you will see even better results. The third thing I told you is acne people also need sunscreen, not to control their acne, but to stop their acne from leaving those black marks. And this sunscreen can be non-comedogenic, can be suited to your skin type, and can have a moisturizing base. So मॉइस्चर आपका दुश्मन नहीं है, आपका दुश्मन ऑयल है, तो मॉइस्चर को अपना दुश्मन मत बनाओ, मॉइस्चर आपका दोस्त है. Moisturize abundantly. And the fourth product is the night cream. There are simple, very cost effective creams available. These creams which contain something called as kojic acid. Kojic acid is rice ka khatta pani. So there's an AHA which comes from rice water called as kojic acid, very effective. There are vitamin C which contains citric acid. There are extracts of turmeric, and these things are put together by pharma companies. My conversation will always be around products which are actually sold in pharmacies and which come from pharma companies, because that is where my 11 years of experience is. That is what I deal with day in and day out, and that is what I study day in and day out, and that is what I have guarantee that it works. Of course, a lot of other things also work, but I am not qualified to talk about those other things. So I will invest all my time with you, talking to you about things I have used, and I'm sure that it works. And if it resonates with you, you can use the same things and make it work for you too. So there are certain lightening, brightening agents which are available in the market, which are available in the pharmacy, and these lightening, brightening agents, make sure they do not contain steroids, because steroids give amazing results, but steroids are bad for the skin in the long term. So look for a non-steroidal product Do not get carried away and buy a steroid. They have natural extracts, but they are in an extremely stabilized form. They have the right percentage of the extracts and they are clinically proven. So these lightening brightening creams containing vitamin C, containing arbutin, containing kojic acid, containing tyrosinase. So these are the names of a few products. In case it gets very overwhelming to you, please feel free to get in touch with me and ask me more questions. I will answer your questions and I will fit the right night cream for you. Absolutely safe for long-term use, will prevent your pimples from leaving marks and scars. Once you are able to keep your melanin under control, once you are able to make sure that your skin is not too irritated, then your pimples will not leave as many marks and scars as they are leaving right now. Of course, 100% change is not possible, but 80 to 90% change is definitely possible, and I would want you to take that action step and get 80 to 90% change in your skin type. So no wonder there's a light. Skincare includes rice related stuff a lot. Yes. So there is a video which Darshana, there is a video which I have shared on rice water therapy. In fact, it's called as fermented rice water therapy. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's called Skin Sense. I add a video every single day. In fact, I definitely make sure I add 6 videos in a week for sure, and all these videos are power packed. Some of these videos are only 3 to 4 minutes long. Some of these videos are only 1 minute long, but these videos add a lot of energy, a lot of power to you. So please go and look at those videos. And there I've made a 5-minute video and a half-an-hour video on fermented rice water therapy. A lot of people have used it and a lot of people have written back to me saying that it really worked for them. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Korean skincare includes rice related stuff, and fermented rice water is a game changer in skin and hair care. Try it and give me your feedback. Thank you everybody who took out time and listened to me, asked me questions, gave me feedback. It was a wonderful session. I enjoyed it a lot and I'm so looking forward to coming back on Thursday. Thursday we are going to talk about acne scars, जो खड्डे acne से रह जाते हैं. So we will talk about acne scars and open pores. So any of you who feel that you have a concern of acne scars and open pores, see you on Thursday at 9 o'clock. You are going to learn a lot. If you know somebody who is hassled with acne and feels that my acne is leaving marks, please ask them to go through this. After which, if they have any doubts, they can get in touch with me, because I'm serious about making a difference. So it's not just about this conversation. This conversation is to open up your mind and make you ask me a lot of questions, and I will personally answer all those questions and make sure that you're able to titrate your skincare to be more easy and more effective. So the scar session happening Thursday at 9. Feel free to share this video. Feel free to tag your friends. Thank you so much for your support. We are just beginning and there's a lot which I have plans to share a lot with you. Thank you so much for being there and have a good evening and a good night.